Thanks to Nourish for inviting me. I give talks to doctors all the time, but I don't give talks to high school students all the time, and this is more intimidating. Mainly because I remember when I was a high school student, which is a long time ago now, and I hated this sort of thing. So hopefully I will give you guys an entertaining half hour and something to chat about. I'm just going to try to navigate over here, and what I want to talk about today is how the whole world wants to give you guys junk food, and more importantly, how the world is conspiring to do so, and how I think you guys deserve better.
After the presentation, we went into groups. We separated into groups, different rooms. We were seated down with a nutrition host and our group leader. And our group leader introduced ourselves, and we got a topic question, which was, after the presentation, what did we learn? What didn't we know until today? So after we all talked about one thing that we barely knew about, and we just presented it. We learned about more. We were really shocked at what he had to say about the things that we had, and he was surprised of our ideas as a group.
I knew that there was a lot of marketing going on, but there's definitely more than what I thought.
I was pretty shocked.
We're educated, we try and eat healthy, my kids are aware, but it's still, you're constantly battling against all the messaging that the kids see.
Decisions we make now are kind of going to influence us for the rest of our lives. So if we make bad food choices now, we're going to probably continue to make them for the rest of our lives.
It says healthy, or I'm not even sure if I could trust advertisements on the food now.
How do we shift society to get to one that will make food choices based on health?
That's a great question. If you can answer that, you'll be a very wealthy and respected man. I don't know the answer to that question. How are we going to change attitudes? And I think it's small steps.
I would love to see kids demanding that the foods they get sold in their cafeterias and in their vending machines actually reflected the foods that they are taught in their classes are good for them to eat. I think kids can advocate for change. Kids can make a lot of noise, especially with social media. I don't think that the adults are nearly as savvy as the kids are, and you can create quite a groundswell. I would encourage those activist kids to consider doing so.
As a young person, I feel like I could persuade my friends, and I feel like if my friends are into it as well, that we as a group could change something, like we as a school could change something in our own school that will spark up like several other schools to look up to us, and then we could hopefully change the minds of the other people in Halifax or in the province as well.
We don't need to sit idly by and let things happen. If you see a product or an event that you think probably shouldn't have junk food attached to it, say something. Look at the boxes in the home and try and figure out if your choices there are actually helpful ones, or if they're being duped by the boxes themselves. And when opportunities arise to make change, as these kids grow up and have their own families, voting with your fork and actually cooking from fresh whole ingredients and making kitchens the most important room of the home, which I think they are when it comes to health.
It'll definitely make me sort of second guess, I guess everything, all the health checks.
Yeah, I'm probably going to tell my parents some of the stuff I learned today because they're the ones that buy the stuff, so hopefully that'll help them make some good decisions for what we're going to eat as a family.
I think that sometimes we get stuck on, minutia, on nutrients and on this and on that, when really we just need to rely less on products and more on produce. And pushing for that in our schools, in our homes, in our public institutions, that's where we need to push.